So as I'm writing the script, Oompaville's interview with MrBeast happened yesterday. I actually stayed up until 3:30 a.m. in order to watch the entire video. To me, this video was too important to skip out on watching. Not because it's MrBeast drama, but because it's the biggest YouTuber in the world claiming transparency with the audience, us, the viewers of YouTube. And while I do have gripes about the whole Dogpack 404 versus MrBeast drama on both sides, I do believe what MrBeast and Oompaville spoke about in terms of transparency is something that I would really like to talk about as well. Throughout the years, YouTube drama can usually be fit within two categories. First category is intentionally withholding information. These usually are the ones that are more serious ones of misconduct, predatory behavior, or even scams. In these scenarios, the YouTubers involved are intentionally withholding information that could lead to major discourse on their brand and channel. One example of this that comes to mind right away is Colleen Ballinger. She withheld information of her behavior with minors because she knew it would tank her reputation if that information did get out. The other category, and the one that I think a lot of MrBeast's drama, not all mind you, but a lot, is born out of ignorance. This category, the YouTubers are just ignorant of the backlash that certain decisions could have. And even Jimmy has admitted this himself. A lot of dumb decisions that he made in the early startup of his companies, such as his mom being HR or hiring Delaware, were made out of Jimmy being a stupid 19-year-old. And frankly, I do believe that. I think it is important to remind people Jimmy is 26 years old. The average age a man develops their prefrontal cortex, aka the part of their brain that actually makes them think their actions have consequences, isn't usually developed until around the age of 25. Now, no, this does not excuse Jimmy for the dumb and bad decisions that he made, but I think it is important to say, hey, of course a 19 or 20-year-old kid isn't going to be able to run a business as well as current Jimmy. So, let's be honest here. People are always going to withhold information when it benefits them, especially in a career such as the content creation where you are a public-facing figure. Is it scummy? Yes, but there is no way to fix that part. But in terms of ignorance, that is very fixable. It does just require transparency. I think the best example of this practice being implemented is with Linus Tech Tips. In 2023, LTT received an immense amount of flack from Gamers Nexus for a numerous amount of reasons, but their biggest complaint that GN launched towards the company was their erroneous information presented in videos. LTT has many videos where certain information in their videos was just erroneous or outdated by the time that they had released the video. Now, there was other wrongdoing, such as LTT's handling of its brand partners, but the erroneous information was definitely something that needed to be addressed. LTT may just be making content, but their channel has been regarded as a source of accurate information for many products or a source of information and knowledge even shown in college-level classes, especially with TechQuickie. Their strategy going forward from this was to have a better fact-checking methodology and also adding in content or correcting information in post after the video has been uploaded. They have a list, I'm pretty sure, of how they classify errors in their videos for what a correction is used for, like if it's going to be added in the video or added in the comment section below. Now, of course, MrBeast and LTT's content is very different. MrBeast is entertainment-focused and philanthropy, meanwhile Linus Tech Tips is both a mixture of both entertainment and educational. But I bring this up because I think the LTT controversy is, in my opinion, the closest to scale with MrBeast, due to the fact that they are both YouTubers of a corporation channel that has primarily one figurehead. Obviously, Jimmy's controversy is way larger in scale, but I think the way that LTT handled it should be at least a good resource for Jimmy to look over. Now comes the question of how Jimmy should handle this going forward. I think the biggest step is to have a behind-the-scenes footage for all main channel and philanthropy shoots, which Jimmy had already mentioned in the interview that he is creating a team for this. However, I do think the hosts of this BTS videos should not be Jimmy or any of the current cast members like Carl, Chandler, Nolan, etc. I think the best play for this channel is hiring someone new who has a background in interviews or journalism. This is, I think, a very good place to start. If you want to go above and beyond, I think hiring freelance or a third party for this hosting job could be also better. Someone who's not employed by Beast. But there are other avenues I think Jimmy could take on following uploads as well. One idea that I had was basically hold a press conference after every upload, a 30 minute to 1 hour live stream Q&A where people can ask questions. It being live, I think, is the best method, as you can't really curate questions as well live as you can in video. In this hypothetical, I think it should be a panel that consists of producers, editors, one or two of the cast members, and anyone else who was very crucial roles to behind the scenes of those videos. This, I think, is a lot more genuine than BTS footage, but I also think it would be harder to orchestrate since you have to get scheduling conflicts and stuff like that involved. The last thing that I think needs to be shown is safety protocols, and also the selection process needs to be documented for the public. In the 7 days stranded on a raft video, it is basically confirmed that the cast was pulled onto the production boat to wait out a dangerous storm. This information does need to be transparent. Yes, it does make the video technically a lie, but if people are upset with you that you are more concerned over the safety of your cast and crew, then honestly, they can go themselves. Team safety should always be the first priority over authenticity of a YouTube title, but it is also important to be transparent with this information when it does happen. Another thing that I think should be shown is how you personally go about choosing contestants for a video. I think that this is especially important for videos like 100 Days in a Bunker or Compound videos where you have two people who are seemingly strangers to each other of opposite sex in the same place for a long stretch of time. I don't think I need to explain why that is a big safety concern, and I think that it should be stated how you found these contestants and what kind of questions you asked to make sure that they are well equipped for these challenges. If they are actually people who knew each other beforehand, just be honest. At the end of the day, it's a small piece of information like that is minuscule to the scale of the video. But at the end of the day, this is not a MrBeast problem. Many YouTubers are not transparent with their video creation process, and that can lead to instances or arguments that a video is false, possibly fake. Especially with how much bigger scaled productions have been, it is definitely a problem you see on YouTube videos a lot because as opposed to live streams where you're seeing it all happen in real time, you can pick and choose what you keep in a YouTube video. And in a lot of YouTube videos, we cut stuff out. I mean, hell, even in my videos, I will say it, none of these scripts that I can do in one perfect take. Talking while reading is something I really struggle with, but I do try and edit my videos in a way where it feels natural and I'm not stumbling over my words constantly. I think it is important to be transparent with your audience on things, even on things such as your staff. Obviously, don't compromise the privacy of your staff, but let people know, hey, this is who the head of HR is. Hey, this is the CEO. Hey, this is the ideation manager. Maybe not the lower level employees, but especially higher ups in the company who anyone at least, manager or above of a team, we should be able to know that, hey, MrBeast is not just a small company anymore. It's not just 5 people. It is a whole working system of people. Transparency isn't hard. The hardest part of transparency, I think, is just respecting people's privacy. Like the day that I'm writing the script, Hermitcraft has issued a statement that Iskall resigned after asked to provide comment on unknown complaints. And with this, Iskall and Stress both resigned from Hermitcraft. They did not state any of these complaints in order to conceal the privacy of the individuals not involved, but not releasing any of this information on what these allegations were led to speculation inevitably. There should be, in my opinion, a general theme of what the complaints entail. Not of what the complaints were exactly, but if these complaints were based on misconduct or predatory behaviors, of prejudice behaviors. Right now, all options are possible because they only issued a response that is a bunch of hearsay, basically. Hell, by the time that this video goes up, there might have already been a response by Iskall or Stress or some other members of the Hermitcraft server, but right now as I'm writing, it is pure speculation. I also think it is better in these scenarios to be transparent as possible because we are not just single YouTubers individually. Well, I am. But most of these companies are not just one person. MrBeast has over 400 employees. LTT has a lot of employees as well. Iskall employs the people to make his mod pack. YouTubers are not usually just a one-person show. Failing to respond to these allegations and complaints don't just reflect on you, but can impact all those employees underneath you as well. YouTubers, I think, need to be more transparent with what they do in their videos and content. Hell, start a podcast even and talk about it there. Everyone else already has one. At least there you can be transparent and talk about whatever the hell else you want. From now on, tell us and be honest about what happens inside your videos. Transparency is a good thing. Let's all be transparent from now on about our channels. Here, I'll start. My avatar that you're seeing right now is a commission of someone on Fiverr. I will not say who that person is because they use their real name for their account and I would prefer not to dox them, but I found them through searching anime PNG avatar. My current YouTube banner is an AI generated piece through Canva. When I am in a better financial situation, I do plan on commissioning someone to make a better banner as I do not like AI art. Every stock footage and clip art photo that you see in my videos are from Pexel.com, Pixabay.com, or from Bing's photo selection. Yes, I use Bing, feel free to judge. And all videos that I am making, I currently edit myself. I do not consider myself a good video editor, and I am learning as I go with this. Now that I have been transparent, it's not hard for you to be as well. Don't insult your audience intelligence. Please be open and transparent with us going forward.